welcome to Dynamic Diet on the Nigerian Television Authority. I wish you a very happy new year. It's good to see the year 2025, and I believe it will be a prosperous year for each and every one of us. So, starting with Dynamic Diet, we have multifaceted segments ranging from our safety and health tips. We'll have the weekly mirror segment. On the weekly mirror segment, we'll be having the director on those states National Orientation Agency. He will come and enlighten us about the local government election in Ondo State and also their plans for the new year as an organization. And we'll also be having our entertainment segments and not forgetting the sports segment. This and many more will come your way on Dynamic Diet. So our first port of call is the safety and health tips. How do you take care of your environment? Let's see.
What is the environment? The environment is the air we breathe, and the water we drink, and it is everything we need for our life. Environment plays a crucial part in our life. The ideal environment helps us to maintain a healthy life. Therefore, we need to protect the environment and the ecosystem as much as possible. However, the environment is being polluted. Air is damaged by car and lorry fumes, and power stations create acid rain, destroying forests. Fossil fuels, oil, gas, are burned to provide energy for lighting, cooking, etc. They form polluting gases. Not only on land but also in the sea, oil spills pollute seawater and kill marine life. Chemical waste from factories and sewage works, and artificial fertilizers from farmland, pollute river water, killing wildlife and spreading disease. And almost every cause comes from humans. Humans themselves have destroyed their living environment.
Be aware of the seriousness of environmental pollution. Have you ever wondered if the air we breathe is still fresh? Natural disasters and epidemics continued to strike. Millions of people did not survive. We cannot let future generations suffer the consequences of our irresponsible actions toward the environment. Only we can change it and solve it. Pollution can be prevented by the thing we do every day. We can use recycling to save trees. Try to avoid buying plastic because it's hard to recycle. Instead, bring a reusable shopping bag with you when you go out, or reuse one plastic bag until it wears out. Clothes to charity shops. Some are sold. To protect the environment, we also have to save energy. Use less energy by switching off lights when rooms are not in use, not wasting water. Don't forget to switch off all electric things when they are not in use. We can save energy, keep a clean atmosphere and keep a healthy life. Amount with an energy-saving bulb. In addition, it's good if you can bike or use the bus more and drive less. Protect natural resources. First, we the old forest and rainforests, build more safari and national parks, and plant more trees to make a place to live for wild animals. Second, we need to prohibit hunters who hunt animals too much, out of the law allowance. The government should also set a limit on the exploitation of resources.
Environmental protection will become simple if we are aware of our living environment. A clean and green environment will help us lead a healthy life. Let's together protect the environment. Protecting the environment is also about protecting yourself.
All right. You're still on to Dynamic Diet on the Nigerian Television Authority. And up next is the weekly mirror segment. My guest in the house is Mr. James Adekunle. He is the director, National Orientation Agency, Ondo State. You're welcome once more, sir.
Good morning.
I wish you a happy new year.
And I wish you same too.
All right. So we'll be focusing on the forthcoming Ondo State local government election. So what is it that NOAA has been doing, about sensitizing people on the election?
First of all, let me congratulate the people of Ondo State on the success of the last election, which is the governorship election that was held on 16th of November. Uh, I gave it to the people of Ondo State. They did well, and the election was successful. And we are looking forward to. We are also looking forward to having even a much better election this time around. Uh, we believe, and we are, encouraging our people to, come out in their masses and come and exercise their franchise. This election happens to be the election of the people. It's actually the election of the people. It's about the grassroots now. They have the opportunity of electing their councillors, their chairmen, and these are people they can easily get in touch with. In fact, you don't need to travel all the way from, let's say, from Okeagbe down to Akure to come and see your councillor or your chairman. No, he's right there, she's right there with you. So you can easily meet with them. And that is the beauty of this election. And that's why it's very important that everyone, comes out and partake of it. The election, like we said, is a local government election, and it will be coming up on the 18th of this month. So just barely 2 weeks from now. As for National Orientation Agency, we are already scaling up our activities, activating all our platforms to ensure that people, they know what to do at the election. And one thing we will want to tell our people is that your vote will definitely count. So don't be aloof. Don't be one of those that saying, "Oh, our vote will not count." They
Whether we
already
vote
know
or not.
whether we vote or not. They already know what. No, let's leave that out. This election is grassroots election, so I don't see anyone coming from anywhere to come and manipulate anybody. We know ourselves. That is.
Okay, so do we say that is the reason that the awareness is not too, like the governorship election? Because we are not really seeing campaigns and all that. Is it because it's in the local government level?
Well, as it is right now, most of those contesting, like the councillors, and how much do they really have for elegant campaigns? So it won't be easy for them to go, to go to that extent to begin to go to television, make noise on radio and all. But it is grassroots issue,
Yes.
so they are right there doing their underground work.
Door to door
Door to
campaign.
it. In fact, that is the best way
So
to approach this
since it's
election.
grassroots, do we say that NOAA is also doing a door to door awareness?
That
How are you
is-
people achieving it?
That is sure. We have our officers in all the local government areas, and they can touch the wards. They touch the wards and the communities, and so the door to door sensitization is so easy for us to do at the grassroots level, and that is what we are really doing, activating the 18 local government officials, and they are out there now doing the work, meeting with relevant stakeholders, the traditional leaders, faith-based organizations, market people, trade organizations, community-based organizations, and all of them, meeting them, at different engagement platforms. And we have always used that strategy and it has always worked. Apart from that, we are now in a world of technology. Thank you. So we're now in the world of technology, and so our platforms, our online platforms are already activated, X handle, Facebook, and all of them. So between now and that election day, you'll be seeing so much more of what Noah is doing on these platforms.
Okay. All right. So, like you mentioned earlier on, that the governorship election was a success. Of course, it was, but is it teamwork? Can we say that every official of different parastatals, they are putting all hands on deck to ensure that it's a successful one?
Yes, that is very, very correct. In that last election, I want to tell you, INEC was really on top of the situation. INEC did a very, very beautiful job. No partiality. We were working hand in gloves with the rec at that time, and also the security was very superb. Security was superb, and that's why there was very little or no cases of uh, violence, except in just very few places where you have just little pockets of skirmishes here and there. But by and large, the election was very, very peaceful. Why? Because every stakeholder came together, and we ensured that everybody played their own part, and the election was successful. And we are deploying that same uh, system in this particular election. Like yesterday, I was in a meeting with the chairman of ODEC and some other stakeholders where we're discussing about security. And can assure you, the security people, they are fully ready to ensure that there is safety of the electoral materials, the electoral officials, that the people's properties and lives and all of those things, that they are all well secured. Everyone is fully ready for that.
Okay, so now I'm talking about vote buying is gradually creeping into our democracy when it comes to election. So how do we curtail this? Since it's door-to-door campaign now, it's easy for you to just, so what will you say to people who will be going out to vote concerning vote buying and even the officials?
Of course, vote trading is something that is so detrimental to the electoral process. You see, how I begin to imagine how people will just stoop so low to begin to sell their future. When you collect our people call shikini money, you collect shikini money to go and vote. You ask for the next 4 years, that man, that woman that gave you that peanut, you may not see him or her for the next 4 years. And what you are supposed to benefit from that person being in position of authority may not come to you. And you can't query him
You
or
can't
her.
confidently hold the person
You can't,
accountable.
that is it. You can't hold him. That is it. So like I tell people, when you collect money to vote, you are on your own. So whatever happens thereafter, you don't blame anybody, blame yourself. So I will not encourage anyone to, sell their votes this time around. But meanwhile, those that are contesting, how rich are they that they will be able to, cough out the kind of the quantum of money that will entice people to go and vote? How many of the councillors will be able to afford, let's say, 5,000 per person per polling unit? How many of them will be able to afford that? It won't be easy. It's not going to be easy. But by and large, it is wrong. Morally speaking, it is wrong for anyone to engage in such acts, and we condemn it in all entirety.
Okay, so moving away from the election, let's focus on Noah, your plan for this new year, on how to, do your job more. Because I can see that last year you guys went out doing campaigns and all the rallies. So what are your plans for this new year?
Uh, for this new year, I can assure you all those activities we had last year will still continue, with new vigor, renewed vigor. The interesting thing is, between now and March, if you listen very well to the speech of the president, the New Year broadcast, he made mention of the fact that before the end of March, he is going to personally launch the National Identity Project. That is one thing we have been watering the ground for all the way from September. We've been talking to people that a national identity project is coming up that is predicated in the National Value Charter, and which we could name 747 and 7. So that one is going to be officially launched by the president in this first quarter of the year. And that means a whole lot of activities will be happening
The 747,
around it.
sorry for cutting you short. I would like you to also enlighten those who were not here before to know a little about the 747.
The 747 thing is actually talking about shared responsibility between those that are governing us and we that they are governing. So they have their responsibilities, to us, and we have our responsibilities towards them. So now it is no longer going to be a one-way traffic that it used to be before. All along it has been the citizen must do this, the citizens must do that. But now those in government, it is now a mutual agreement. Those in government must also do certain things. And those that are in government, which represents the state now, Nigeria. So they are the ones that will implement the Nigerian promise. So it's a two-leg thing. You have the Nigerian promise and you have the people, the citizens code. Now the Nigerian promise, like we said, is going to be implemented by those in government, and there are 7 in number. And the first one is equality, democracy, entrepreneurship and employment, peace and security, inclusivity, freedom and meritocracy. All of these, those in government must ensure they are in place. It is compulsory. Now, it's not about which party is ruling now, but it is a mandate. It is a mandate for those who are governing at any point in time to ensure that this is in place. And then in return, we have the Citizens Code, 7 of them, which includes discipline, duty of care, tolerance, leadership, accountability, environmental awareness, and resilience. Now, all of these, they are meant to, number one, cement the nation, bring unity to the nation. Because it is expected that people in all parts of the country, they act in like manner. We all act in like manner. We have duty of care. It does not matter which part of the country you belong to. We should treat ourselves as brothers and sisters. And of course, it fosters nationality, and also patriotism. Patriotism is very, very important. It is time now for us to actually build patriotic people, people who are patriotic, not saboteurs that we'll be having in the all along. People who will just squander government properties and things like that. No, we want to raise a set of Nigerians that are conscious of the fact that this nation needs to develop, and if the nation must develop, all of us have the duty, to perform and ensure that this actually come to pass. So now, how do we drive this and ensure that it works? That is where the other 7 legs comes in. So that's why we say we have 7 for 7 and 7. That is how we're going to implement this and ensure that the Nigerian promise is real and that the Citizens Code is also real. So We now have another set of interventions, and those are those areas that we are really going to be focusing on this year.
Okay, so so aside from 7 are there other things that you'll be working on this year?
Yeah, this year, of course, there are other things that will be coming up. You know, government is not resting. And NOAA is actually an agency that promotes the policies, programs, and activities of the government at the national level, the state level, at the local level. So it's our duty to keep tab on what the government is doing at any point in time and take those activities and programs to the people. Inform the people about these programs, enlighten them, and encourage them to key into what the government is doing. And by so doing, definitely all of us together will be able to foster development. So a lot of such will be happening this year. And don't forget also, there is still this burning issue of tax reform. The issue of tax reform still continues. So we'll still continue to talk about it until it comes to people understands it, and it actually comes to fruition.
Okay. All right. So generally, I want you to give people, your advice concerning the forthcoming election in the local government sector.
Concerning the election, I want to appeal to all stakeholders like we did in the last election. Let all hands be on deck. Everyone playing their role, the media playing their role, the security people playing their role, the political parties playing their role, voters playing their roles. Everyone, let's be on the same table. Let's be on the same page. It is the success of the election that really matters. That really matters. Violence, and things like that will not permit development. And so we should shun all forms of violence in this election. And then vote your conscience. Don't allow anybody buy your conscience. No, no, no. It's not fair. Don't allow anybody buy your conscience. Don't sell your vote. And of course, your PVC is very, very important. Ensure that you take very good care of your PVC. Come out with the PVC. Without the PVC, there's no way anyone can vote. So once again, I want to encourage all of us to please let us be peaceful all through the election.
All right. Thank you so much, Director, National Orientation Agency, Ondo State, Mr. James Adekunle, for being in the studio. I believe we'll be seeing more of you here to come and sensitize people on what is going on in Nigeria.
By the grace of God.
Thank you so much. All right, people, I hope you've learned from what our director, Noah, has been able to sensitize us on the forthcoming local government election. Do your part, and I do my part, and Nigeria will be a huge success. Dynamic Diet continues shortly with our entertainment segment. Do stay with us.